श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ पुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So yesterday he said अतो व्याख्यातुं मे मनः एतत् मे मनः उत्सहते वृषम्. My mind is very enthusiastic to write a commentary upon this Gita Shastra, because Bhagavan has said everything in this Gita Shastra. Therefore I want to comment upon this. I desire to comment upon this. निष्काम कर्म अनुष्ठानं मूलं मोक्षस्य कीर्तितं शोकादिरासुरः पाप्मा तस्य च प्रतिबन्धकः. निष्काम कर्म अनुष्ठानं मूलं मोक्षस्य कीर्तितं शोकादि आसुरः पाप्मा तस्य च प्रतिबन्धकः. So it is already said कीर्तितं. It is already said. What is said? मोक्षस्य Moolam iti kirtitam. The cause for moksha is said. What is the cause for moksha? Nishkama karma anushtanam. Performing the karma without any desires for results. Meaning the karmas which are nitya naimittika category, which have to be performed daily and which have to be performed occasionally, those karmas we need to perform. We should not perform the karmas which are desire propelled and the karmas which are negated. Kamya and nishiddha karmas should be avoided. So this is the path for moksha, it is said. Not just that. Shokadhi asura papma, asura sampata, asuri sampata, this will be explained later. He says those the qualities of devil, the devil's qualities, the evil qualities. What are they? Shoka, etc., sorrow, etc. Those evil qualities means they are sins, papma, the papma, etc. So the sorrows, the sins. So what is that? Tasya cha pratibandhaka. It is an obstacle for that. For which mokshasya pratibandhaka. Tasya mokshasya cha pratibandhaka. It is an obstacle for that moksha. शोकादिरासुरः पाप्मा तस्य च प्रतिबन्धकः. Okay. यतः स्वधर्म विभ्रंशः प्रतिषिद्धस्य सेवनं फलाभिसन्धि पूर्वा वा साहंकारा क्रिया भवेत्. यतः, because, why is that an obstacle? Because स्वधर्म विभ्रंशः प्रतिषिद्धस्य सेवनं फलाभिसन्धि पूर्वा वा sahankara kriya bhavet. So dharma vibramsha. Dharma vibramsha means one who has fallen from his following his own dharma, swadharma. Because Bhagavan says time and again in this one place, he is very clearly saying that swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Not performing one's own dharma and following another's dharma is something which will lead to only fear. Swadharme nidhanam shreya. Even if you are able to follow, even when you try hard, even if it is not complete, still you have to follow your own dharma, not follow other dharma. That is said. Now, so dharma vibramsha, and all the confusion now is because of not following one's own dharma. This whole idea of varnashrama dharma is a very beautiful method. Now, if you say it's a very scientific method, we can say that. But science is as we say, it's a trial and error thing. We can say it is not a trial and error thing because it has come from Bhagavan. So we should not say it is trial and error. Because sometimes the science, whatever they say, they disprove and they improvise. There is no improvisation here. It is fixed. Think each one is given their own dharma. You perform your dharma, then there is no trouble. There is no competition. There will be no time for gossips because you have been given a duty. And you will get fixed to your duty. And there, if you are a technician, then the knowledge which is gained by your fathers and forefathers will be there in your gene A, and it will be passed on by your grandfathers, your fathers and grandfathers. Your grandfather may not teach everything to your father, but he will definitely teach to you. There is a competition-less world. Now, that kind of a system is a Swadharma. Now, Swadharma Vibhramshaha, because of having fallen from following one's own dharma, Pratisiddhasya Sevanam, he will, if he is not doing his duty, then what will he do? He will do whatever is not his duty. Whatever is not duty is negated. Those negated karmas, he will say, whatever is prohibited, Pratisiddha is prohibited. Whatever is prohibited, those karmas he will be performing, which will lead to not following your duty brings in papa, sin, sorrow, vice, and not performing not that which is not your duty, performing that which is prohibited also will bring in papa, sorrow, vice. Papa leads to sorrow, vice leads to sorrow. So he says, not just that. Phala abhisandhi purvava, the karmas which are performed with an attachment to the result, not the desire for result. You cannot give up the desire for result and perform any karma. The desire for result will be there definitely for anyone who performs, who begins any karma. It's stupid to say desireless karma. Desireless karma no idiot can do. So the only thing here which is prescribed is the karmas which are performed without attachment to the results. You have desire, you perform those karma, but don't be attached to the results. That is what is prescribed by Bhagavan, not for not having any desire. So he says, or sahankara kriya bhavet. Sahankara kriya bhavet. They all are activities which are endowed with, loaded with ego, attachment. So those are asuri sampat, asuri papma. Not just that. Avishtah purusho nityam evam asura papma bihi pumarthalabha ayogyasan lavate dukkha santatim. Avishtah purushaha nityam evam asura papma bihi pumarthalabha ayogyasan lavate dukkha santatim. What happens to him? Avishtah purusha, this purusha who is Avishtah means grasped, completely covered, engulfed by nityam evam asura papma bihi, engulfed every time, eternally, always with this asura papa, this vice of evil qualities. Therefore what happens to him? Pumarthalabha ayogyasan, he will become not eligible for purushartha. See, purushartha generally means dharma, artha, kama, moksha. In this, he says purushartha, pumartha, ayogyasan, and in the final shloka, 46 shloka, he is making purusharthonmukam naram. Purushartha. He is not adding any adjective to purushartha. As parama purushartha, the ultimate pursuit of human being. He is not adding any ultimate. He says pursuit of human being. Why? As we saw yesterday, the only aim for human being is Atmalabhat Parolabha Nanya Kaschid Vidyate. There is no greater thing to be achieved in this world other than gaining knowledge. There is no purpose of life other than this. The only purpose of being born as a human being is to gain the knowledge. So he says, Pumarthalabha ayogya san. He becomes non-qualified to gain this moksha. Therefore, being that labhate dukkha santatim, he is not just disqualified from gaining moksha, but also he gains dukkha santatim, a group of sorrows. He will be suffering from a torrent of sorrows. Santatim, torrent of sorrows. Dukkha svabhavato dveshyam sarvesham praninamiha atastat sadhanam tyajyam shokamohadikam sada. Dukkham svabhavato dveshyam sarvesham praninamiha ataha tat sadhanam tyajyam shokamohadikam sada. Dukkham svabhavato tyajyam. Who desires to gain sorrow? Naturally, everyone desires to get rid of it. Svabhavato tyajyam. Everyone wants to get rid of this sorrow. That's a natural instinct of beings, not just a human beings. He says, Sarvesham praninamiha, for all the beings. Sukham me bhu, sukham me bhuyat, dukkham na bhuyat iti. Sukham me bhuyat, let me enjoy happiness. Nityam bhuyat, always let it be. Nityam dukkham me bhuyat, let there be no sorrow always for me. This is our desire. We want to be happy, we want to be eternal. So he says, no one desires for gaining sorrow. Ataha, therefore, tat sadhanam tyajyam. Therefore, we have to quit the means which produces these sorrow, which is a shoka mohadikam sada. Shoka and moha. For how long? Sada, always we have to quit eternally sorrow and delusion. Shoka, sorrow. Moha, delusion. We have to quit having association with the sorrow and delusion. If we want to get rid of the dukkha, the pain. Shoka is shucha shoke, sorrow. Dukkha, trouble, pain. So, if you want to get rid of the dukkha, sorrow, dukkha is also sorrow because in a different state. But the result is dukkha. Here, shoka is the causal cause for that result. Anadi bhavasantana niruddham dukkha karanam dustyajam shoka mohadi kenopayena hiyatam. Anadi bhavasantana nirudham dukkha karanam dustyajam shoka mohadi kenopayena hiyatam. What is the means to get rid of this? What? Shoka mohadi, this shoka and moha, the sorrow and the delusion. What is the means for getting rid of this? Why? Because it is dustyajam, it is very difficult to get rid of it. It's not easy. We cannot get rid of this through the means which are seen in this world, because they come back again. We see this. Why? Anadi bhavasantana nirudham. This is very clearly established. Nirudha means it's clearly established. Established where? In this samsara. And where does the samsara start from? Anadi, beginningless. This causeless, beginningless samsara, it is very clearly established. Therefore, the dukkha karana, the cause for sorrow, is very clearly established. The shoka and moha is very clearly established in this samsara. Therefore, it is very difficult to get rid of it. So, kenopayena hiyatam. What does it mean to get rid of this? This question, he says, evam akankshaya vishtam purusharthonmukam naram bubodaishurahaidam bhagavan shastramuttam. Evam akankshaya avishtam. Previously he said, avishtaha purushaha. In 43, avishtaha purusha, engulfed by. This purusha who is engulfed by this asura sampat. Now he says, evam akanksha avishtam. This fellow is engulfed by this akanksha, this expectancy. Expectancy of what? What is he expecting here? Kena upayena hiyatam. How? What is the means to get rid of this shoka and moha? So he is engulfed with this, he is endowed with this, he is associated with this desire to quit shoka and moha. Get rid of shoka and moha. That person, who is he? Purusharthonmukham naram. This person, this human, who has turned towards gaining the moksha, purushartha. Who has turned towards moksha, which is purushartha. Buboda ishurahaidam. To teach him. Buboda ishubodhum ichuhu means desiring to give him the knowledge. Idam idam. Said this. Who said this? Bhagavan idam. Bhagavan said this. Said what? Uttamam shastram, this great shastra. Shastram uttam, this great shastra, he said. Bhagavan himself said. For what? Bubodaishu, to desiring to give knowledge. Bodhmicha bhutsa. Bhutsa, one who has is Bubodaishu. So he says, to give the knowledge for that kind of person who has the desire to gain the knowledge, he is starting this Shastra. This knowledge is not imparted to a person who has no desire to gain this knowledge. This we'll say. Tatra Ashocyan Anvashochastum Ityadina Shokamohadi Sarvasura Papma Nivritti Upaya Upadeshena Swadharma Anushthanat Purushartha Prapyatamiti Bhagavat Upadesha Sarva Sadharana. Sarva Sadharana. Bhagavat Upadesha Sarva Sadharana. It's a common Upadesha for everyone. Sarva Sadharana Upadesha. It's a common Upadesha, it's a common teaching for everyone. What? Tatra Ashocyananvashochastum. Bhagavan says later, Ashocyananvashochastum Prajnavadascha Bhashase, to in the second chapter. Ashocyananvashochastum. When he says, Shadi Mam Tvam Prapannam, I am surrendering myself to you, please help me. When he takes refuge and he asks for help, at that point of time, Bhagavan says, Ashocyan Anvashochastum. Ashocyan, that which is not eligible for being worried about. Ashocyan, Shucha Shoke. So, on the things which need not be worried about, Anvashochastum. Tvam Anvashocha. You are worrying. You are worrying yourself to death. And still, Prajnavadan Sabhashan, you still speak like a very great, knowledgeable one. Meaning, you are an idiot. You are worrying about things which need not be worried. Why? I'm worried about my relatives. Okay, are they eternal or non-eternal? What's the question? Answer me. Are they eternal or non-eternal? They are non-eternal. Then you need not be worried. Anyway, they are going to die. Oh, they are eternal. Then they are going to come back in a different form. You are helping them to get rid of this body and get another new body. So, still you need not worry. So he says, you don't have to worry about them. You are worrying about people for whom there is no need of any worry. Says, not just that Ityadina, from this Shoka Mohadi Sarva Asura Papma Nivritti Upaya Upadeshena. From here, from that place, second chapter, 11th shloka, Bhagavan starts the teaching to get rid of this Shoka and Moha, the sorrow and delusion, which is the Asura Sampata, which is the cause for all the sins, all the vice, which is the cause for bondage in this samsara. Swadharma Anushtanat Purushartha Prapyatamiti. So, desiring to give this Upadesha, what does Bhagavan say? Swadharma Anushtanat Purushartha Prapyatamiti. By performing one's own dharma. Swadharma means one's own dharma. One's own dharma means the dharma which is prescribed as a duty for one's own varna or one's own ashrama. Among the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, the ashramas, and Brahmachari, Grastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi ashrama, whatever ashrama or varna you belong to, that particular duty of that particular varna and ashrama, perform them. If you perform them properly and avoid performing the others' dharma properly, then Purushartha Prapyatam, you will gain the Purushartha. Iti Bhagavat Upadesha Sarva Sadharana. This is the Bhagavan's teaching, and this is a common teaching, it's a general teaching for everyone. Okay, then let us stop this text. He says, Bhagavad Arjuna Samvada Rupa Cha Akshaika Vidya Sutyartha Janaka Yajnavalkya Samvadadivadu Upanishatsu. Bhagavad Arjuna Samvada Rupa Cha Akshaika. Akshaika, this story. This story. And this story. Cha Akshaika. And this story. Story of what? Bhagavad Arjuna Samvada Rupa. The dialogue between Bhagwan and Arjuna. Samvada means dialogue. This dialogue between whom? Arjuna and Bhagavan. this story of dialogue between, in the form of dialogue between Arjuna and Bhagavan, is a Vidya Stutyartha, is to extol this Vidya, is to praise this Vidya, is to show this Vidya in a good light. Why? He says, Janaka Yajnavalkya Samvada Upanishad. So, like the Upanishad teaching of dialogue between Janaka and Yajnavalkya, or Yama and Nachiketa, Guru Sishyas. Similarly, this teaching has a Guru who is Bhagavan and a disciple who is Arjuna. So, there is a beautiful dialogue here. Kata, how is this to extol this teaching? How this dialogue is to extol the Vidya, the teaching here, the knowledge here. We say, Prasiddha Mahanubhavo api Arjuna Rajya Guru Putra Mitradishu aham esham mama eta iti evam pratyaya nimitta sneha nimittabhyam shokamohabhyam abhibhuta viveka Vijnana Swata eva kshatra dharme yuddhe pravurtopi tatsmad yuddhad upararama paradharmam cha bhiksha jivanadi kshatriyam prati pratisiddham kartum pravurte. Katham? We'll say. Prasiddha Mahanubhavopi Arjuna. Arjuna is not just a simple person. The person who we are talking about as a disciple is not just a simple person. He is a very great man. Mahanubhava. Mahanubhava means a very man of great valor. So, this person, Arjuna, who, when his guru asked, the guru who taught him archery, when he asked, they are other students and he has tied a parrot, a dummy parrot to a tree so that we will not have beta people against this. So, there was a dummy parrot he has tied to a tree, a branch of the tree, and he is asking all the disciples, okay, what do you see? Some see the whole scenery. Some people say, no, I see the tree. Some people say, no, I see that branch. Some say, no, I see only this branch. Some say, no, I see only this bird. But when Arjuna was asked, he says, I don't see anything other than the eyes. I see only the eyes. It means the bullseye, the target. I don't see anything else other than the target. So, that kind of person, a person with so much of concentration, he is the capable student, not a person who is trying to avoid sleep in the class. So, this Arjuna, he says, Rajya Guru Putra Mitradishu Aham Esha Mama Eteti. He has this confusion now. What kind of confusion? Rajya, his kingdom. Putra, his son. Mitra, his friends. Guru, his teachers. Among these people, he has this identification, his attachment. Aham esham, I belong to them. Mama etaha, they belong to me. This whole idea of I belong to you is so stupid. The problem is because of belonging, and now people are promoting this idea of I belong to you. This is a great stupidity. We already are in that stupidity of belonging to something, someone. Now you are teaching that I belong to you. He says, Aham eta mama ete, I belong to them and they belong to me. Meaning, I am theirs and they are mine, my relatives, my people. So, iti evam pratyaya nimitta. With this knowledge, pratyaya means this knowledge, because of this knowledge, nimitta, because of this knowledge, what happens? Sneha nimittabhyam, this knowledge and this attachment. Because of this knowledge and this attachment to these people. Shoka mohabhyam. He has a sorrow and a delusion. And that abhibhutaha, he is completely controlled, overpowered by this shoka and moha. Abhibhutaha means overpowered. He is overpowered by this shoka and moha. Aviveka Vijnana. What is overpowered? Not he. His Viveka Vijnana. His power of discrimination is completely overpowered. So what? He lost himself. Therefore he says, Swata eva kshatra dharme pravurto api. Yuddhe pravurto api. Swata eva kshatra dharme yuddho pravurto api. Yuddhe pravurto api. He has entered this war, this warfare, which is the dharma, the duty of Kshatriya. No one pushed him into this war. No one pushed him into this war. He himself willingly entered this war. He himself declared the war. And that situation, he says, Tasmad Yuddhat Uprarama. And he wants to get rid of this war. He wants to quit this war. Uprarama. He backed off. Not just did he back off. If he has just backed off, that is okay. That is one shame, that's all. But what does he do? Paradharmaha cha bhiksha jivanadi kshatriyam prati pratisiddham karmam kartum pravrutte. He is desired to perform the karmas like taking alms, etc., for begging for food, etc. So that kind of begging for food and living as a beggar, which is against the code of conduct of a Kshatriya. He wants to do that. He not only wants to quit his duty, he also wants to follow duty of some other people for which he is not capable, he is not eligible. There are two things which we need to see here. One is people have this misunderstanding because of some people's misinterpretation, like Balagangadhar Tilak, etc. He writes a commentary. Generally people write commentary when they are in jail, because probably this person who is the author of this text, Krishna, himself was born in jail. Probably that is the reason, I don't know. But every person who goes to jail, they either study Bhagavad Gita or they write a commentary on Bhagavad Gita. End up writing commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Here, this Balagangadhar Tilaka, he writes a commentary on Bhagavad Gita to make it look like that this is a war book. Karma of war, kind of. There are some people who misunderstand. They don't know that they Balagangadhar Tilaka or some people, they have written things like this. But they misunderstand or misinterpret willingly, wantingly, that this is a war book. No, this is not a war book. Then what is Bhagavan doing? Bhagavan is pushing Arjuna into war. Bhagavan is not pushing Arjuna into war. Bhagavan is pushing him to perform his duty. His duty being a Kshatriya, his duty being to fight war. It is his duty. He is asking him to perform the duty. That is why we made very clear. Performing one's duty is the best method to. In the beginning itself he says, Swadharma anushtanat purushartha prapyatam. This is the basic teaching. What did he say? Sarva sadhara. It's a common teaching. It's a basic teaching for everyone. What? To perform one's own dharma. And that is what Bhagavan prescribes. That is one teaching. That is one knowledge which we gain from this statement. There is another thing which we see in this statement. This is based on Bhagavan's teaching, Bhagavan Bhashyakara's teaching. He, in the beginning itself, made it clear. So, Bhagavan Bhashyakara, when he comments upon this statement in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, a particular statement in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, he says, Sannyasa. Sannyasa, who is eligible for sannyasa? There he says, only Brahmins are eligible, which many of these texts which are prescribing sannyasa, which are dealing with sannyasa, which are talking about sannyasa, they also accept. But here, what he does is, Sureshwaracharya Bhagavan, when he comments upon, writes a Vartika on this, he says, since Brahmin, Kshatriya and Vaishya are eligible to perform the Vedic duties, they have to be eligible to quit, to renounce this Vedic duty through Vedic rituals, to take sannyasa. So, This here he says what? Diksha Jevanadi Kshatriyam Prati Pratisiddham. That which is prohibited for Kshatriya, taking arms etc., living as a renunciator, that he wants to do. So that is negated here. Tathacha. So what? Because of this Mahati Anartha Magno Bhut. Because of this confusion, he is immersed in great trouble. Anartha. He is immersed in great sorrow. Bhagavad Upadeshat cha imam vidyam labdva shokamohau apaniya punaha swadharme pravurtah krityo babuvaiti prashastatara iyam maha prayojana vidyeti stuyate. Bhagavad Upadeshat, through the teaching of Bhagavan, cha imam vidya labdva, after gaining this vidya, which is going to be explained in this Shastra, Gita, shoka mohau apaniya, getting rid of this shoka and moha, sorrow and delusion, punaha swadharme pravurtah. After getting rid of sorrow and is a delusion, Bhagavan didn't push him again into this what? Swadharme punaha pravurtah. He entered into performing his duty, and by doing his duty, by performing his duty, what did he do? What did he gain? Not just the kingdom. Kritakritya babuva, he became liberated by performing his duty. Iti prashastatara maha prayojana vidya iti stuyate. Therefore, prashastatara means this is to be extolled in comparison with any vidya. And Mahaprayojana Vidya. It is not just a simple Vidya. It is not greater Vidya with respect to others. It is also a Vidya which has a great result associated with it. Mahaprayojana. It is tuyate. For this reason, this Vidya is extolled. Why? Katham? For this reason. Okay. Arjuna Upadeshena cha Upadesha Adhikari Darshitaha. Arjuna Upadeshena, Bhagavan is teaching this to Arjuna. With this, as we saw, since Arjuna has the focus, Arjuna wants, and Arjuna is in deep sorrow, therefore he wants to get rid of this sorrow. He desires to get rid of this sorrow. He surrenders himself to the Guru who has the knowledge of this method to get rid of sorrow. Therefore, he is the proper disciple. That is why the eligibility of a disciple is set through Arjuna. Tata Arjuna is just an upalakshana. Arjuna is just a pointer. Arjuna is just an implication. It's for us. We Arjunas. Therefore, he says, Tata acha vyakhyasate. This will be explained later. Swadharma pravurtau jatayamapi tat prachuti hetu bhutau shokamohau kadam bhishmaham sankhya ityadina Arjuna darshito. How do you say he is the capable or eligible disciple for this teaching? He says, Swadharma pravurtau jatayamapi. Though he is ready to perform his duty, he was willingly entering in the warfare to perform his duty, still tad prachuti hetu bhutau shokamoho ityadina shute darshito. With these text, katham bhishmaham sankhya etc. How can I kill this Bhishma, great man Bhishma in this war, etc. With this, he very clearly shows he is completely caught by this shoka and moha, this sorrow and delusion. Who? This Arjuna. What is that shoka and moha? Tad prachiti bhutau, swadharma prachiti bhutau, that which is the cause for falling off from. Prachiti means falling off, slipping away from one's own duty. Therefore, Arjuna darshito. This is the situation which is shown in Arjuna, meaning he is a capable disciple, he is an eligible disciple. That is said. Arjunasya yuddha ke swadharme bina api vekam kim nimitta pravurtiti drishtva tu pandavanikam ityadina parasenya cheshtitam tan nimittam uktam. So shoka katham bhishmaham sankhye. How can I kill Bhishma? That shoka is shown. Now, he has entered this warfare, which is his Swadharma, Binapi Vivekam, without any discrimination. He just entered. So, Kim Nita Pravritti, what is the cause for us the Pravritti? This Drishtva Pandavani. This is shown with Drishtva Pandavanikam after seeing the battlefield of Pandavas. In this, Parasainya Cheshtitam Tannimittam Muktam. In this, he shows whatever activities the other opponent group is ready for. After seeing that, he gets into this fit of sorrow and delusion. Tad upodghatattvena dhritarashtra prashnaha sanjayam prati dharmakshetra ityadina shlokena. So, as an introduction, tad upodghatattvena means as an introduction to this, as a prelude to this, Dhritarashtra Prashnaha, the question of Dhritarashtra to whom? Sanjayam Prati, to Sanjaya. As a Dharmakshetra, with Dharmakshetra, etc., he starts here. It's a beautiful start. Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsava Mamakah Pandavas Chaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. He says, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsava Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Beautiful term he starts with. Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra. Dhrita, one who holds. Rashtra, the kingdom. One who holds the kingdom. One who rules the kingdom. In reality, the whole war starts because of he being Dhritarashtra. See, there is a beautiful word. See, nowadays they first they said handicapped, then they said no, handicapped will trouble them, therefore physically challenged. Then they say differently abled. They use different words. We have beautiful words for this. When we want to say somebody is blind, we don't say they are blind. This is jnana chakshuhu. We say they have the eyes of knowledge. So, here, Dhritarashtra, though he is not capable of being a king because of his eyesight, he said he is the king. Dhritarashtra. He says, what does he say? Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. In this Kurukshetra, which is Kurukshetra is the name of the place, so there is no translation possible. In this place called Kurukshetra, which is not a simple Kshetra. Simple Kshetra means simple holy place. Kshetra is a holy place. It's not just a simple holy place. It's Dharma Kshetra. It's a holy place of Dharma. In that holy place of Dharma called Kurukshetra, Samaveta, Yutsava. Samaveta means they are grouped. Who? Yutsavaha. People who desire to fight. Yodhum Ichuhu. Yutsava means people who desire to fight, who are in the war, the battlefield. So those people, why are they grouped? Desiring to fight. Who? Now he puts a very beautiful statement. He is not referring to Pandavas as our people. He says Mamaka, Pandavas, Seva, our people and Pandavas. Our people and Pandavas. So Pandava, though are his brothers, younger brothers' sons, he is not referring them to us, our people. They are not our people, they are enemies. He sees them as enemies. Mamaka, our people and they. We and they. So our people and their people. Kim akurvata Sanjaya. What are they doing? Oh Sanjaya, please tell me. Sanjaya is an interpreter here. He is an interpreter what? In what way? He sees whatever happens in the war through his vision and supernatural vision, yogic vision, and tells Dhritarashtra all this. Dhritarashtra was offered this chance of gaining this supernatural vision. Though he is not capable of seeing through his eyes, but he was given the offer of seeing this war like through CCTV. But he negated that offer. He didn't want to see. his son dying. He knows that. He knows that this is what is going to happen. But still, he wanted to know what happens. So, he is asking. And if he knows, then why should he ask what happened to our people and their people? Why should he ask this question? For this, he explains in a beautiful way. They are entering which place? Dharmakshetra. And what kind of Dharmakshetra? It's Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, which is Dharmakshetra. It's a place of Dharma. So, we go to temples. Why do we go to temple? In temple, they have this consecration, they have this beautiful sanctum, sanctorium, etc., which are kept pure, and they have this mantras, etc., which have been chanted for so many years continuously, because of which there is this vibration in quotes. Okay, so all this, what happens is there is a collective meditation which happens in temple. Whenever whoever goes to temple, whatever fight they may be in, they will go to the temple to see the God, Ishvara, and they will pray to him for a second at least in peace. So that peace, collective vibration stays there, and whoever goes with a confused mind comes with a clarity. They want to kill someone. They enter the temple, they come out, okay, forget it. What is the use of me getting tense towards these simple things, silly things? They will come out with this kind of idea. So, Sanjaya, please tell me, did something like this happen? Because they have entered the holiest place. Dharma Kshetra. Kshetra, holiest place, holy place. Holy place called Kurukshetra. So, holy place of Dharma called Kurukshetra. So please tell me, did something, is there a transformation they are thinking? Did Pandavas say, okay, forget about it, we don't want, we will just go back to the forest? Or did my people, my son say, okay, let us give this small place. They only wanted a village, let us give them the village. Was there a compromise? Was there a compromise? In this way, he wanted to ask this question. He will see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamavaya Purnameva Vishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.